District 12, Reginald Thomas, District 13, Jimmy Higdon, District 14, Rick Girdler, District 15, Denise Harper Angel, District 35, Julie Rocky Adams, District 36, David Yates, District 37, and Michael Nemes, District 38.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Resolution Number 1 establishes the membership of the Senate for the 2023 regular session. If there are no questions, I move for the adoption of Senate Resolution 1.
The matter for the body is adoption of Senate Resolution Number 1. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Senate Resolution Number 1 is adopted. The establishment of the members of the Senate being done, Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Senator Alvarado. Here. Senator Berg. Here. Senator Boswell. Here. Senator Wise. Here. Senator Yates. Present.
There being 37 members present, quorum is declared. The Senate is authorized and prepared to do business. There being all members present, there is no need for excuse of absent senators. The next order of business would be approval of the journal. Senator from Scott.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the journal from Friday, August 26, 2022, the last day of the extraordinary session, be approved as written.
Matter for the body is approval of the journal from the extraordinary session of Friday, August 26, 2022. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ayes have it. Journal is approved. The next order of business is election of the President of the Senate. Senator from Greene, would you please assume the chair?
Nominations for the President of the Senate are now in order. Senator from Laurel, what purpose do you rise?
Nomination, Mr. President.
Please proceed.
Mr. President, I move to nominate the Senator from Clay as President of the Kentucky State Senate.
Is there a second?
Second.
Multiple seconds. Senator from Pike, you're recognized for a second.
From Clay as Senate President.
Motion has been made and seconded that nominations for the Senator from Clay be accepted. Is there a motion, Senator from Scott, you wish to be recognized?
I do, Mr. President. I move the nomination for President of the Senate cease and the Senator from Clay be elected by acclamation.
Is there a second? Multiple seconds. Chair recognizes multiple seconds. Motion has been made and seconded that nominations for Senate President close and the Senator from Clay be elected by acclamation. Is there any discussion on this motion? Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. Let me restate that. Seeing none, those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Hearing no noes, the Senator from Clay has been elected President of the Kentucky State Senate. The oath of office will now be administered by Kentucky District Judge, the Honorable Henria Bailey Lewis. The Stivers Family Bible will be held by the son of the Senator from Clay, Marine Sergeant R.T. Stivers.
To the members of the body and Judge Bailey Lewis, thank you all for the honor of being the Senate President once again. So we will go to the next order of business, It is adoption of the Senate rules. Senator from Scott.
Thank you, Mr. President. Please ask the clerk to report Senate Resolution 2 by title only.
There is a motion. Is there a second? Multiple seconds. Any questions? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? No. Ayes have it. Senate rules for the 2023 session are adopted. Next order of business, having adopted the rules of the Senate, is election of the Senate President Pro Tem. Nominations for the position of Senate President Pro Tem are now in order. The chair recognizes the senator from Marion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Nomination for the Senate President Pro Tem.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move to nominate the senator from Greene as President Pro Tem of the Kentucky State Senate.
The matter for the body is the senator from Greene being nominated as the President Pro Tem. Is there a second? Senator from Boone seconds the motion. Any other members seeking recognition for the purpose of nominations? Senator from Boone? Senator from Scott?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that nominations for the position of Senate President Pro Tem cease and the senator from Greene be elected by acclamation.
A motion has been made that the nominations for President Pro Tem be closed, Senator from Greene be elected by acclamation, and is there a second? There are multiple seconds. Senator from Boone stands to be recognized.
I wish to second that, Mr. President.
Senator from Boone has seconded the motion. All those in favor of the motion say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. Seeing none, the ayes have it. The senator from Greene has been elected President Pro Tem of the Kentucky State Senate. The oath of office will now be administered by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, the Honorable Lawrence B. Van Meter. Thank you, Senator from Greene, Chief Justice. Next order of business would be announcements of party leadership. Chair recognizes Senator from Jefferson 36 for majority party leadership positions. Senator from Jefferson 36.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yes, I would like to announce the majority caucus, rest of the party leadership. First, as our majority floor leader, is the senator from Scott. As our majority caucus chair, the senator from Jefferson 36. And as the majority whip is the senator from Warren. So congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations to the majority party. Senator from Fayette 13, do you have an announcement for the Democrat Party leadership?
I do, and thank you very much, Mr. President, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
The Senate Democrats have met and have elected their leadership for the 23-24 sessions. They are as follows. Senator Gerald Neal from District 33 as our Democratic floor leader. Myself as the Democratic caucus chair from Senate District 13. And the whip for the Senate Democrats will be Senator David Yates from Senate District 37.
Thank you, Senator from Fayette 13. Let us congratulate the Democrat Party leadership. Well, With that announcement, the next order of business would be election of constitutional officers. Nominations for constitutional officers are now in order. Chair recognizes Senator from Scott.
Thank you, Mr. President. For our viewers today and those gathered in the gallery, there are several officers of the Senate prescribed by the Constitution that require that a vote be taken by this body. So at this time, I'd like to nominate the following individuals to serve as constitutional officers of the Senate. As Chief Clerk, our longtime loyal and dutiful lady from Mercer, Mrs. Donna Robinson Holliday. As our Deputy Clerk, Mary Ann Kroll. As our Sergeant at Arms, Wendell Thomas. Chief Doorkeeper, A.D. Long. Enrolling Clerk, Denise King, and Janitor, Jody George. I nominate them to serve as constitutional officers of the Senate.
There is a motion on the nomination for constitutional officers of the Senate. Is there a second? Multiple seconds. Any other members seeking recognition for nominations? Seeing none, Senator from Scott.
Mr. President, I move that nominations cease and that those previously nominated individuals be elected by acclamation. Sir.
Thank you, Senator from Scott. The motion having been made to cease the nominations for constitutional officers. Is there a second? Multiple seconds. Those individuals previously announced. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Ayes have it. Those members who have been nominated and now elected as constitutional officers, will these individuals please come forward and receive the oath of office, again, by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the Honorable Lawrence B. Van Meter. If you all would, the constitutional officers, if you would stand in front of the clerk's desk. Chief Justice. Thank you to all our constitutional officers. I believe I can say this on behalf of both parties. You do a very good job, very professional, and make sure that we are well taken care of in this Senate chamber. Next order of business would be introduction of new bills and resolutions. Mr. Clerk, do you have a report? Please proceed.
New bills and resolutions. Senate Bill 10.
Does that conclude your report? Thank you, Mr. Clerk. The next order of business would be Committee on Committees. Prior to a recess, the committee will meet here at the clerk's desk, but members wishing to take photos here or at their desk or in the rear of the chamber are encouraged to do so while we take care of business during the Committee on Committees. With that, Chair would recognize Senator from Scott.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the Senate recess for a meeting of the Committee on Committees at the clerk's desk.
This body shall be in recess until call of the chair for the purpose of the Committee on Committees meeting. Body shall come to order. Next order of business would be report of committees. Mr. Clerk, would you please report? Mr. Clerk, does that conclude your report? Thank you, sir. Did he report Senate Bill 10? Next order of business would be motions, petitions, and communications. Senator from Scott, do you have some business?
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a couple of items.
Any other member seeking, need, or recognition under the order of business of motions, petitions, and communications? Seeing none, next order of business is introduction of floor amendments. Mr. Clerk? No need. Next order of business is introduction of new bills and resolutions. Mr. Clerk, please report any new bills or resolutions.
I have several.
Please proceed.
Senate Bill 9, an act relating to Bring Through Life Together. Senator Alvarado.
Does that conclude your report? Are there any floor amendments to be introduced? So you've done introduction of new bills, resolution, introduction of floor amendments. Last order of business would be adjournment. Prior to that motion, any member seeking recognition for the purpose of bringing business before this body? Senator from Boone.
Would an announcement be in order?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was asked to report that the state police this year are again going to be hosting breakfast on Fridays. I know that's a favorite of yours, Mr. President, as of mine, at 7 a.m. in the cafeteria, so please plan accordingly. Thank you.
Members, please take note. Senator from Campbell. Campbellsville. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Mr. President. Announcement, please. Members of the Senate Economic Development Tourism Committee, we will meet briefly upon adjournment in room 208, conference room. If you're a member of the Economic Development Tourism Committee, for a brief meeting in room 208 in the annex. Thank you.
Any other members seeking recognition? Seeing none, Senator from Scott, you have the last pieces of business.
Actually, Mr. President, I have two announcements, if you may allow me, sir.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to remind all members that the Legislative Ethics Commission will host mandatory ethics training tomorrow, January 4th, 9 to 11 a.m., room 149 in the annex. It is required by law that all legislators attend this ethics training seminar tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., room 149 in the annex. I would advise all new members to be prompt, bright-eyed, and bushy-tailed for this extremely invigorating 2 hours of our life. Also, Mr. President, if you're like me and you have no clue how to operate the new laptops on our desks here in the Senate chamber, join me here tomorrow at 1 p.m. The Office of Computer Information Technology will be conducting training on the new tablets in the Senate chamber tomorrow, Wednesday, January 4th. So we will be getting ethical at 9 a.m. and we will be getting technical at 1 p.m. It's going to be an exciting day, Mr. President. Please join me at both of these meetings.
Members, please take note on being ethical and technical tomorrow. Senator Scott, any other business?
Seeing none, I have a motion, sir.
Senator Scott, please make the motion.
Mr. President, I move the Senate adjourn until the hour of 2 p.m., Wednesday, January 4th, year of our Lord, 2023.
Without objection, the Senate shall stand adjourned until the hour of 2 p.m. Wednesday, January 4th, year of our Lord, 2023. Okay.